I just listened to the Dead End one. That was hilarious, some of that.
The what?
Your Dead End game, I listened to it on YouTube.
Dead End?
The Western one.
Oh,
Cowboy one.
Dead West, yeah. It's like Dead
I
End.
thought
What are you talking about?
Mixed up my names with something else I was watching earlier.
Yeah. Yeah, this will be quite short, guys. I just want to do the characters and go over a couple of things. It shouldn't take very long. So I split the core parts of the basics into separate PDFs, which I put on the journal in Roll20 as well as in the GDocs folder. But also the free core rulebook set is in there as well. But you won't really need anything until you've done a couple of missions, because things don't open up until you've leveled, and you level after each mission, whether you complete it or not, just the act of doing it. So Lancer's a game where you're pilots and you've got a mech. Each mission you go on, you get to like pick the mech frame and the loadout for it. Normally, you've got a base of operations. They'll like 3D print whatever you need for the mission. So pretty much every mission you'll get to pick things and then just go in that mission with the stuff that you've got. And from that point, it'll be pretty much like a war game that we're playing on a hex grid, like on the screen in front. That's why I put the different sizes for the different size mechs and enemies you can encounter. Most things are a size 1. Human beings are a size half. Mechs will go up to like a size 3, and then things like a squad of humans can cover an area of a size 4. And some big kaiju might be like a size 4 or a boss or something like that. The way they do it in the book's a little different, but those shapes don't work very well in Roll20, so I just did bigger and bigger hexes to simulate it. They don't fit the hex grid exactly, but they do snap to grid in a way that's more comfortable, I think. So I don't think the half hexes and stuff like that will really come into it and be too much of a problem. The important thing is you just got an idea of what distances are for shooting and stuff like that and positioning. Most of the maps are probably about the size of the screen that I've got up just now. Some of them will be a little bigger, some of them will be a little larger. Most of the missions you'll be in mechs. Some of the times to complete your objectives you'll have to get out of the mech and do stuff as well. And then you've got like pilot skills, you can go in for that. Human beings are very squishy themselves. The dice resolution system is pretty straightforward. You roll a d20, a 10 plus is a success. That's pretty much it. Sometimes as the target for the roll is not 10 plus, it might be 8 or 12 or something like that, but it's not very common, I don't think. And usually you've got like modifiers to your roll, so you're more likely to succeed or less likely to succeed. But all the mechanical stuff's pretty simple, straightforward. The complexity comes in the gear and the abilities you have as a pilot and the mech and the weapons you're carrying. Now I did do... I'm not using their lore because I'm not reading 20 pages of fucking lore, which is probably the same generic crap that every game has. So we're going to use our own generic crap, which is probably very similar anyway. So this is just for building a character's background so you can fit it in. So we're going to do 2023. Humans have expanded outwards into space. They send sub faster than light speed construction vehicles out, or drones. Those go out, for a few light years, and then they will build like a warp gate, and then humans will start populating that system by coming out faster than light travel. And using these kind of waves of expansion to jump outwards, humanity is like colonized 493 star systems. They're all within.
How many?
493 star systems have been connected. Half of them have a permanent human colony present, and all of them are within 200 light years of Earth, or Earth system. So all of these, normally everything is under the rule of one Earth government, but because of the distance and how resources are allocated when the company or the country or the individual that funds the workgate expansion and colonization of a system, they're like in charge of running it. They collect all the taxes and stuff like that and feed it all back to the Earth government. So it's like a bunch of different fiefdoms, you know, normally under the rule of Earth. Earth will have its own military, but normally they don't interfere unless it's something that might threaten the security of the systems as a whole. So there's a lot of war going on between different countries and different planets, planets fighting planets, corporations against corporations, for resources and ownership of properties and all that kind of thing. And the Earth government normally won't interfere. And these militaries are like private armies, so a lot of the time they're hiring mercenary companies, which would be what you guys will be running as, a mercenary company. Yous will be rookie pilots within that mercenary company. I'm thinking there's probably about 30 or 40 pilots in your company in total, and you are on like a big star carrier that's full of mechs and weapons and shit like that. And you fly about.
We have to kill people?
Yeah, you fly about under contract from various military sections to do jobs. For aliens, they've came into contact with one intelligent alien species so far, which are called the Fomorians. They don't think they're as technologically advanced as the humans are. They don't have faster than light travel. So humans have failed to communicate with them because they're too alien. So they've just decided to kind of leave them in their own section of space and build all around them and just avoid contact with them because it's not worth the time or effort.
It's fucked up.
And for our particular campaign, we're going to be set in what's called the Kepler 11 system, which is about 165 light years from Earth. There are 6 planets in the system, and your company is going to be hired on behalf of the owner of the system because a rebellion has broken out with the colonists. They've fought back, they've retaken the planets and kicked out the owners, and users have been hired to come in and help, smoosh them so they've been taken over again. That'll be the premise of the whole campaign, but things will get more complicated from there on. So you guys can name your company, the mercenary company that you're part of. If you want to name the space cruiser you have, you can do that as well. If you want to go as far as the logos and that kind of shit, you can do that. But each of you are going to be a rookie pilot within this company. You're going to be earning your stripes, doing missions, leveling up, and as you level up, you get access to more licenses with different manufacturers, and that lets you get different frames for your mechs and different gear. There's a whole bunch of them in the book you can get as you level up, but everybody begins with the same one, which is the Everest frame, which is part of the GMS manufacturer's catalogue. Everyone follow everything so far?
So far?
I think so.
Yeah, it's pretty simple. So there's a bunch of PDFs on the Roll20 I put out, as well as the G-Docs, whatever's easiest to read. But these are all just the different sections split into them. So the first one we want to do is create pilots. Oh, you've also got a character sheet in your journal on the Roll20, if you want to make sure you can access that. You should just say pilot in your name.
Can you send me a link to the G-Docs?
It's pinned in the mech channel in Discord. You can also just click on them and Roll20 and you should be able to see them as well.
I see them.
I think it has a zoom function. Yeah, it does have a zoom function, so you should be able to read it. And if you check, you've got a character sheet there. Bioinfo part of your character sheets where you can put your backstory and stuff like that if you want one. We'll do the pilots first, and then you can build your first mech. But like I said, you can do different mechs and different loadouts for different missions, so you'll probably end up with a few character sheets with different mechs, because I don't think it lets you add just separate mechs to the sheet. So obviously your pilot's got a name, a call sign, which is the code name, and then you'll be picking a background for them. If you look at the Create Pilot PDF, there's a list of 20 backgrounds. You can roll on it if you want, or you can just make up your own one. Or you can just pick one from the list that's there, which is probably easiest. And mechanically, the benefit of the background is kind of similar to what we've had in games previously. If something falls under your background when you're out of your mech, you can like invoke it, and it'll give you like an extra bonus to your roll.
I don't know, it's a hard choice to decide what to do as the background.
I know what I'm gonna do.
I guess I'll be
Well,
a super
medic.
soldier.
This is real
I was going to make my
tiny.
character a dog.
What's that, sorry?
I was going to make my character a dog.
As long as you're like a humanoid dog that can communicate with people, that shouldn't matter too much. But that's not going to be your background anyway, because your background is going to be like an occupation thing.
You can be a
Do a dog
scientist
with
or turn
thumbs,
yourself into
or-
a dog.
Oh, in terms of theme, I'm going for sort of anime, mech, space, mech warrior stuff. Not too over the top anime, not super mecha Gundam style, although there is like teleport and stuff like that, as I was saying at prom, so there is an element of that. But I was watching an anime recently that I'm kind of basing the story on, so it's going to have kaiju and shit like that.
A super soldier, I think. That'll be interesting.
Oh, that's what I just rolled too. We can.
Yeah, so as well as the background being able to invoke to get a bonus to rolls, you have 4 triggers, and those are just a flat +2 bonus to things that you might be doing out of your mech that fall under each of those triggers. So the trigger would be like an action of you doing something, and it should be related to your background in some way or covered by it. So if you're a super soldier, an action could be something like firing a weapon. I think it gives you like example. Yeah, it gives you example triggers. But you can make up your own triggers. It doesn't have to be those ones. You need 4 of them.
Tink, do you want to both be super soldiers, or should I change?
Just because I was wanting to make my character a dog thing, that would be why I carried super soldier. You can change it if it's better for you. It's up to yourself.
There's Spec Ops there, which is kind of similar.
Alright, I'll be a Spec Ops.
A battery sec, right?
It's NHP specialist. Non-human
That's the-
person.
Yeah, they're the AI specialists.
Ah.
Because I guess it's rude to call them AIs. They're non-human persons.
I'm just thinking because he's a dog as a non-human person. It's also fall into that category. Farfield team? Oh, that's survivals.
At first, I thought that was like a sports team or something when I was first reading through it.
Yeah. I'm guessing you can increase your trigger levels as you level up. Where's got your triggers here? Okay, down the left hand side. Yeah, I mean you'd be able to just add them at +2 on your sheet.
And we start with 4 triggers.
You get 4, yes, and they're all at +2.
Act unseen or unheard. What does that mean?
Stealth.
Act unseen around what?
Act unseen or unheard.
Yeah, so if you're out of your mech and you're trying to act unseen or without being heard. So, sneaking, like Alex said.
Sorry, I just
Right,
put sneaking for a trigger.
No, you put act unseen. You write what the action is. Because it's when you try to do that action, you'll get +2 to the roll.
Okay, okay.
Right, well, I change super soldier, or what are we doing?
I mean, I want to be a Spec Ops.
I'm a hacker.
So, if you're a super soldier, you're a result of a corporate or state project. So you're like a biologically engineered dog, yeah.
Basically, yeah.
Wolf soldier.
Yep.
Yeah, so on your character sheet tank on the left hand side, it's got triggers. Why is this not going to the sheet now?
Yeah, I've got the sheet here.
Yeah, you should be able to just add 4 of them. They're all at +2. and each one is just an action. It's got example ones there for Super Soldier. You can just use them if you want, or you can make up other ones.
I'm trying to think of another one. I have inventor, create, hacker, fix, act unseen or unheard.
Yeah, if you scroll down, there's a big list of example ones. They're quite broad.
Inventor, create, hacker, fix, act.
Would disguise be a good one?
What, Spec Ops?
Yeah.
Try to sneak in somewhere, yeah. Although I don't know if you'd be better with maybe like impersonate or something like that.
Alright, so I've
What
got
triggers
act
affect-
so go ahead.
Sorry there, on you go.
Alright, so I've got act unseen, sabotage, spot, and impersonate.
Yeah, you probably want to make sure you've got a good spread of them.
So I've put in mine assault, quick think, strength boost, and speed boost. Or does it need to be more specific in a
No, it
sense?
used to be like an action. There's like a list of them there to give you an example. Because it's like it's a trigger, so when you say I want to do this, you know, I want to investigate, I want to invent, I want to shoot someone, you know, it's like an adjective.
Alright, cool.
Because it's the thing you do and that triggers the bonus. So if you want a speed boost, you could be sprinting. Strength boost could be, I don't know, breaking something, lifting something. Assault does work because it's when you assault someone.
Yeah. I'll be right back. I put inventor, create, hacker, fix, act unseen or unheard, shooting. Yeah.
Yeah, I think shooting's just like assault, because I think they actually...
So
Yeah.
I just put assault.
Yeah, just
okay,
put
I just put
assault,
assault.
It covers a lot
But
more
I've-
than just shooting.
Figured that if that should be a skill that. Alright, I'll be right back.
Okay, so I think everyone's combat stats as a pilot are the same to begin with. So your size is a half, you have 6 HP, 10 evasion, 10 E defense, and 4 speed. And the way speed's measured in this is every speed is a space, or a square, or a hex, whatever we're using. I'll probably use squares when it's like maps for humans inside a place.
Oh, so wait, can you have a trigger that gives a more of a bonus instead of having 4 separate ones?
No, when you start off, it's all +2. 4 of them at +2.
Okay.
As you level up, I think you get points to allocate to increase them. I'm not sure your base pilot stats change that much. Obviously it's your mech that changes a lot more.
I guess if we somehow get to the max level, we'll have them all at maxed, because it goes up to 32 points total.
If it's arranged that way, you might not get one like every level. Because you don't, there's some stuff you don't start getting to like level 3.
Yeah, no, I was just looking at the thing, because you get a pilot trigger points, you get 2 every level.
Right. Do you write in your stats, Stink?
I've just finished doing the triggers.
Okay.
So I was just trying to see if I'd want to change one, but I think these will do. And put assault, stay cool, spot, and get somewhere quickly.
Okay, cool. Sounds good. Okay, so your HP is going to be 6. Your size is a half. Evasion and E defense are both 10, and your speed is 4.
So HP 6, what was the next thing, sorry?
Your size is a half. Evasion and E defense are both 10, and then your speed is 4.
Is armor bit supposed to be HP or is that separate?
HP is just pilot HP.
Alright, what am I needing to do now?
Your stats, bro. So your HP is 6. Your evasion and E defense are 10, and your speed is 4.
Your evasion.
Your pilot HP is right under the big red Lancer box.
So I just put 6 out of 6 on there.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Pilot.
Yeah, you go down to pilot armor 1 in the center, the lower part of the sheet. That's put in your evasion, your E defense, and your speed, which is 10, 10, and 4. No armor to start with because you don't have any armor to start with. And
Okay. Pilot armor 1 name.
After that, it's talents. Just fucking read this. So there's a PDF there called talents. And these are kind of like abilities that your guy has. Each one comes in 3 ranks, 1, 2, and 3. You get to start with 3 of them at rank 1. And every time you level up, you can upgrade one of them. Or get a new one. So yeah, 3 of them you get to pick, and it's the rank 1 that'll actually have effect. I think you fill them in the second part of your character sheet, yeah. So you can just like copy and paste the text in. Yeah, there's quite a few of them.
So I do just take one of the talents? Like,
No, you get 3 of them, but you'll see each of them has like 3 ranks. It's only the first rank that you've got just now. So like Ace, the first rank is acrobatics. The second rank is afterburners, so you just have acrobatics just now.
Where do we put our talents?
The second tab of the character sheet says talents.
Yeah.
And you should be able to just copy and paste that in from the PDF. Well, you can't on the PDF in Roll20 for some fucking reason.
You talking to me?
Yeah, I said be careful going out there.
Oh yeah, no, it's true.
God, that's annoying. Doesn't let you copy and paste from that. Oh wow, you can't copy and paste from the regular PDF for this either. This piece of shit.
Did they not actually type anything in? They just took pictures of it?
No, it might be the ones I've printed. I'm trying to find the original. If I can remember what I put up. Yeah, the original one you can fucking copy off of.
So that's page 94.
On the free one it is, yeah.
I don't really want to type anything out.
If you just put the title of the talent, I'll fucking paste in the actual info. Because I can do it quicker from here.
so many fun options.
Once you pick your talents, if you want to just like write a character's backstory and appearance and stuff like that, and we can kind of work them together as a background. You can decide what your company's called. I'm going to have the commander of... So your guys are like a lance, the 4 pilots are used together. So you can give your lance a name as well, like Sigma Lance or something like that, within the company, and you give the company a name. I've got a character I'm going to use as like your commander for your... Probably for all the lances actually. You know the bad guy in Avatar? The fucking...
Oh, the blue guy?
No, he's not. Well, is he blue in the new one? Maybe he is. I haven't fucking watched it because it's shit. But, like, he died in the first one and they brought him back for the second one. He's like a pure typical army guy. I'm going to have him as like the main commander. Because he's just such a fucking stereotype, like, Marines kind of guy. What the fuck was his name? I'm gonna look him up.
Duke Nukem.
Yes, that's it. Make Duke Nukem the commander.
He does look very like Duke Nukem, yeah.
He looks like Duke Nukem if he got old. Or if he survived that long to get old.
Colonel Miles Rick Quaritch. I don't know what I'm gonna call him. But yeah.
I'm debating whether or not to have the Technophile so I can have my AI pilot itself for a little bit while I'm sneaking around.
So I think anybody can have the AI in the mech pilot temporarily as they exit it. It's just it's not very good.
Yeah, and the Technophile one lets you. It makes the AI better as you level it up.
Yeah.
But there's so many talents.
Yeah, there's a lot. And
Trying
this is
to
just
find
stuff
the one
you this is just stuff you can do generally outside your mech as well. This isn't even like your mech abilities.
Definitely taking walking armory.
God, I can't even open this now. What the fuck? Rule 20 is very screwy with the PDFs.
I made a mistake. I don't want to type in everything from this other fucking talent right here.
Yeah, just type in what talent
The-
it is, the name of it, and I'll fill it in later because I can just copy and paste them.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I just took the infiltrator one as the last one. I found the one. That was the one we were talking about earlier, right? I think it was.
The infiltrator
I mean-
with Prowl, yeah.
It's like the ninja one, and then I took the brawler one because it had like melee bonuses, and then I took the hacker one because it fits the background of the character.
Yeah, I like how it's got hacking for mechs and stuff.
A name I got Pistol Pate, even though he doesn't even have a gun skill.
How many talents are we able to pick?
3.
Alright, I'll go with Crackshot, Infiltrator, and Spotter.
Very sniper. Yeah, so for like your brawler one from when it says you gain +1, that just basically means as well as rolling your d20, you get to roll a d6, and you add the d6's result to your d20's result. For when you do the brawler one, which is a melee attack.
You have to grapple him, but it was.
Grappling's just hand-to-hand combat
Oh, okay.
without a weapon. It's bare hands.
Yeah, the second perk is, I guess, like just like pick stuff up and use it. Maybe, like, a bonus
Improvised
to it,
attacks,
I think.
yes.
It's like hit somebody with a car.
Well, you won't be a car because this is when you're out of your mech. So hitting them with a pool cue or a tool or something like that.
Ah, nice.
But humans are pretty squishy. I mean, if you're doing 2d6 plus 2 damage, you're probably gonna kill a person. Unless they're a super soldier, I guess.
Infiltrator seems like a bit much. I can just, as long as I'm not right next to someone, I can just hide and walk right past them.
Yeah,
Super soldier things.
you're also not going to be out your mechs that much.
I'll go Juggernaut.
Yeah, it'd be good for fighting something that you can't actually destroy. Just knock it out of the way.
Well, don't some of these affect the mechs also when you're piloting? Because one of these is talking about locking on and protocols.
I think all the talents are for when you're out of your mech. The talents specifically relate to piloting a mech. Oh, their effects only apply to mech weapons and systems. Okay. I thought they were for outside the mech.
So they're both for inside and outside the mech.
Yep, looks like it.
Yeah, because Spotter is all about just locking on and learning about the enemy's armor and everything.
Okay, so problems one will be for smashing people with a car.
Hey. Melee combat be under assault, I guess? That'd be under assault, right?
Assaults. So the assaults. I got this wrong. The trigger of the assault is for when you're out of combat. Your brawler is going to be when you're in your mech. So when you're just like punching them with your mech, you're going to get the bonus.
So I was thinking of putting a trigger for Brawler.
But the brawler's for in your mech, and the triggers for when you're out of your mech.
Oh, okay. Okay, I was confused. I got what you're saying.
I was
now.
also confused. That's fine. Yeah. So grappling when you're in your mech can be grabbing the kaiju, picking it up, and pile driving it into the ground, like fucking Godzilla, or just punching buildings or whatever.
Or picking it up and throwing it at another mech, saying, "Here, catch."
Yeah, picking up a mech and throwing it at another mech. Yeah.
Reading the mind, I think mine's worked then, because Hunter basically means I can jump quickly and attack them if I'm going physical wise. Juggernaut's obviously for knocking
Slam it into them, yeah. Yeah, because when you knock another mech prone, obviously I think they have to spend like a whole turn getting up.
And walking armory is basically I have my own type of ammo, or I can upgrade my ammo so it does different things.
Right, yeah. That's pretty perfect.
I'm not sure if it applies to melee weapons, I think it's just ranged weapons.
Yeah, because melee weapons won't have ammo, generally, I don't think.
I get a gun blade.
But yeah, if you just want to do like your background and your description of your characters as well. And then once we've got the characters, you can do like your first mech. Because the first mission is just going to be landing on the planet and user to destroy or disable an orbital battery, which are like big cannons that shoot the spaceships. So user just going to land in a dropship and user just to like clear that area and take that out. Very straightforward rookie mission, just to make sure you know what you're doing.
I don't know, are there any names of spy organizations in the game?
You could just make one up. Are you thinking like a government spy organization, or are you thinking like one that's for hire?
Yeah, let's go with government spies.
Okay, so it's probably like the the Terra Interplanetary Secret Service or something like that.
The Terra?
Terra, Terra, T-E-R-R-A, Terra Interplanetary Secret Service, TIS.
The TIS?
The TIS.
How in-depth does the backstory have to be?
It could be as basic as you want. I mean, you can just fill out as you go along, if you want. It's really going to be more, I guess, filling in background knowledge about things when you're playing the game, or how your character reacts with other characters. There is a section which are questions you can ask other characters to try and flesh out as well, if I can find it.
I just put from hackerman to mercenary pilot in space.
Experimental on dog with cyber hunters and DNA splice. It's tried to be the new cheap way of soldier productions.
Yeah, wolf soldiers. More obedient soldiers.
Was their only downside they have abandonment issues?
Don't leave me! I'm going to the experiment!
Can't resist a Scooby snack. Where are the questions? Here we are, personal history. Who gives us orders? I'm going to predetermine that. It's going to be your commanding officer.
Assuming friends and foes would be just friends would be our ones with our allies and stuff we meet later on and things.
Yeah, so what I'll say is, if each of you want to roll me a d20, and then
A D20, you said.
Yeah, and then you'll get a question to help flesh out your guy.
I'd use my 20 for the entire game.
I rolled 13.
For question number 20 is, Alex, you would be asking which of your companions calls you a friend. Like, which one of them actually counts you as a proper friend?
What is this for?
It's just like a personality question.
I don't know. Tink, what's your character's name?
Wolfgang.
Did you escape on your own, or did someone help you escape?
Wasn't really escape, just more I've been put out in the field as an experiment now. This is like trial.
Just to see what happens?
Basically, yeah. And if it's successful, they'll probably create more of my breed or something.
Alright, I guess I've found you after I faked my death and left the TIS.
So question 13 for Proms Guy is which of you, the other people, thinks they have me all figured out? Which of you
I'm
two
Gif.
has Prom all figured out?
I don't think it'd be mine. I don't.
Would my guy just because they're a spy?
That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
Yeah, makes sense. And for Tink 12 is which of the others knows a deep secret of yours?
Ironically, if we're saying you found you, it's a good story background. It works there, doesn't it?
So the spy knows everything about everyone, but no one knows who they are.
Probably would make more sense character-wise. We would have just done it. No offense, Prom. You're not getting it.
I know about everybody. I'm Hacker Man.
Actually, probably Prom would be better because if he's a hacker and stuff, then he'd probably find something more like secret files and stuff.
So you're a test subject on trial. He's a runaway spy undercover. I'm assuming there's going to be other like spies that are probably after you for something in the past that could crop up.
Yeah, my backstory is she worked for the TIS, and after a few years of going places and causing chaos unseen, she decided to leave after faking her death.
Okay, yeah, that opens up a lot of good stuff.
You know, so a lot of stuff can happen. Maybe the government's figured out she's still alive, or other people don't like her.
Yeah, people you screwed over and stuff like that. And imagine if anyone finds out that you used to be a spy, they're not going to trust you anyway. It may be even the company that's hiring you, they wouldn't want a spy in their ranks because you might leak information and stuff like that. So, who's your guy, Prom?
Who's my guy?
Mm-hmm.
I'm working on my backstory. I'm putting from Hacker Man to Mercenary Pilot in space on a journey through space. How did I get here? And that's all I got so far.
Okay, so Hacker Man.
What's your character's name?
Pistol Pate. It makes sense because I'm gonna be a melee person.
But you're a hacker.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's confusing.
you meant hacker, literally like hacking someone with an axe.
I'll be back in a couple of minutes, right?
Oh, I didn't think about that. Yeah, I'm a hacker in both of I got confused on
all
what they
meanings
meant
of
by
the word,
hacker. Yeah.
It's a language barrier.
He's the embodiment of the concept of hacking.
Really doesn't like have much emphasis on the pilot character. Right, so you've also got mech skills for your pilot. So there's 4 mech skills: hull, agility, systems, and engineering.
Where's mech skills
If
at?
I've got that right.
Under the mech tab.
Is that where it's got? No, it's
I
got
think
your
so.
mech skills on your pilot tab, underneath your grit. Hull, agility, systems, engineering.
Yeah, it does.
You'll also have them on the mech one, I guess. I don't know if it'll autofill in. You have 2 points to spend on the 4 skills to start with.
Where are these 4 skills?
Under the big Lancer in red, it says pilot HP, then grit, and then mech skills. And if you fill it in there, it will automatically fill it in on the other sheet. The other tab. The other tab just lets you add like bonuses and stuff.
Oh, okay. So we get to put. Oh, I get what you're saying. We put a point into one of these.
Yeah, you get 2 points between the 4 of them.
Wait, do we have 4 points or just 2 points to put into?
2 points in total.
We can get more points later on, right?
Yes, you'll get points as you level up. You'll get your grit that you can add to things as well as you level up.
Okay. I put a point into agility and system.
I just put both my points into agility.
So hull is what you roll when you smash, you pulverize, lift, drag. Basically, it's like strength. Agility is for chasing, pursuing, fleeing, acrobatics, manual dexterity, or dodging. Systems is for electronic systems and attacks, targeting, things like that. Electronic warfare, hacking, and engineering is for pushing the limits of your mech, and I think for repairing as well. Wait, Tink gets back so you can do his. Is there your call sign or is it just your name?
I'm
What?
still trying to decide for my character if that's the name of their call sign.
Just make your call sign something weird.
Why does it need to be weird?
My call sign's sugar. You could be dumpling.
You don't want your character to be the new Spice Girl, Pumpkin Spice. Or
I don't know if that was even funny 20 years ago.
it wasn't. I thought your character's name was Pistol Pete.
Pistol Pate.
Oh, Pistol Pate.
Yeah, but that's his real name.
Yeah, that's my actual name.
Oh wait, hull is for repairs. Engineering is for heat.
Yeah, that's me
Go on
back.
back.
Alright, thanks. So you've got under your HP and your grit there, it says mech skills. There's 4 of
Right.
them. You've got 2 points to allocate between the 4 of them.
So HP assumes like your armor, defense, speed.
Now there's hull, agility, systems, and engineering.
Right, so hull's sort of armor, I assume agility and speed.
Hull is repairing and durability and strength. Agility is speed, manual dexterity, targeting. Systems is the electronic attacks and stuff like that. You're scanning, hacking, boosting, all that kind of thing. And engineering is for pushing your limits and managing the heat dispersion.
And we get 2, you said.
2 points, yes. So you can have 1 at 2 points, or you can have 2 of them at 1. And obviously that will increase as you level up.
Put me in hull and the heating one, engine thing.
Engineering, okay. Right, so we've got talents, we've got mech skills, we've got HP. You don't get any grit until you've done a mission.
Did you get a hacking like ability to like hack other mechs right off the bat?
Yeah, it's just an action as electronic warfare, and you just try to like attack them. It's electronic attacks, it calls it. There's different types of ones. Different systems in your mechs can give you new options for different ones, but I think like basic just hacking to increase their heat is the most basic one, I believe. There's a
Yeah, 'cause-
combat sheet there that's got like a list of all the different actions you get like in combat.
Yeah, because that's just a tech attack, isn't it?
Yeah.
From what's your character called?
Pistol Pate.
But that's not his call sign, that's his real name. We don't know what his call sign is.
Call sign
Mine
is Sugar.
Sugar, yeah.
My character's name is Sarah. And the call sign is Jester. I don't know. I couldn't think of anything better.
Please tell me the dog's call sign is Fido.
Cujo.
Now that you see it,
Cujo, yeah.
Kojo.
Lassie.
Mojo Jojo.
I think Kojo sounds best. So his name is Wolfgang, but his call sign's Kojo.
Would your real name not be like fucking Experiment Model 13 or something like that?
Probably, yeah, actually. I thought it was some sort of weird code.
I mean, I don't know, are you like... This maybe is something we can explore more during the game, but are you like a human that's been implanted with dog DNA? A dog that's been given human traits? You know what I mean? Like, what's the baseline one?
I'm gonna get to the bottom of this.
I wrote it an experiment on a dog, so it's a dog with cybernetic enhancements and DNA splicing.
Okay, right, so you're a dog that's got like human intelligence rather than a human with like dog traits.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
So
the
you're
dog
less of a
body
person.
can enhance. Yeah, so in the dog, obviously the enhancements are all basically cybernetic enhances to increase obviously size and
Right.
strength,
Yeah.
stuff like that.
So this is just so interesting. So you could also be like property of the company.
It can be classified as that, yes, or
Yeah.
on loan to the company from another organization potentially.
Yeah, like licensed out as trial or something like that.
so how does it work? Like, do I get to know the deep secret of yours, or like, what is it?
No, it's a spy knows his
Exactly.
secret, whatever this deep secret is. I think it's fairly obvious he's a dog. Probably been introduced literally as here's an experimental dog that will be joining you. Yeah, I mean we can figure out what your deep dark secret is during play, I think. I think that is the end of all the pilot stuff. So your mech, and I think as you make different mechs, different loadouts, instead of having to rewrite the whole sheet all the time, it'll just like duplicate the sheet and you can just like put a new mech in. So the tabs are like 66 accuracy, difficulty, and none. You just click those tabs to like get an extra dice to the roll, depending if it's like a bonus or a disadvantage. So you don't need to fuck with them, that should just be on none. Your frame, you're going to start, everyone's the same as the Everest, but you can give it its own name. And you can give it its own kind of description. Although it's a basic universal frame, it can be styled any kind of way you want. So like I said, if it was more like a Zord, like animal shaped, you could have it like that. I mean, technically it doesn't make any difference mechanically to the game, it's just flavour.
I put my name differently. It's EX-F1D0.
Yeah.
So X-Fido.
X-Fido.
I've put the appearance on its black, sort of hairy dog like features, taller than sort of, I wouldn't say he's taller, probably say smaller than normal people, but hunched more often and seems to be chewing something.
So like squatter and broader. Like physically.
Yeah. So when it feels threatened, I sort of like take the hunch up and trying to look taller.
Yeah. Okay, so let's see mechs. So your mech is, your frame is the frame that you build your mech on. That's the Everest one. They'll each have a size. Your guys is going to be a size 1 mech, the Everest. If you click on the create mech PDF, I think the last page gives you the stats for the Everest. No, it does not. Where is it? GMS equipment, that PDF. The last page on it gives you the Everest stats. Or base stats.
You gonna scare that one?
GMS equipment. Or on the G drive it might be called gear.
I see Crate Mech, that's probably.
It's not create mech. It's the GMS equipment, but
So these are the base stats for it.
yeah. Yeah, it's GMS gear on the G drive.
It's one at the bottom or something, what it is, yeah.
Very last page it says like core stats. There's like a picture of a guy standing on a rock, and then it says core stats and a box out below that. That is your base stats for your Everest frame.
Where do we put size at?
And next to engineer at the bottom where it says size, there's a little window, the drop down.
Alright, I see it.
It's next to engineering. So size 1, your save target's 10, sensors are 10, armor 0, 10 HP in the hull, 5 for repair cap, which I think is how many uses of repair you get to do. Electronic defense is 8, speed 6, heat cap 6, evasion 8, and a speed of 4. Oh, sorry, systems is the speed. Systems is your system points.
Just trying to find the right bits here.
And then it also comes with 2 traits and a core system. I can paste the core system in later on if you want.
What is the LIM system, limited system? At the bottom right.
Maybe.
See that?
Limb system.
0 plus 0.
If it's not got a stat for it, I wouldn't put anything in.
Okay.
Cap's already marked it at 7. Do you just put that to +6 or
For what?
heat? I assume that's supposed to be heat cap or something, or am I looking at the wrong bit?
Your heat cap is 6.
So it's got heat here at 0 and it's got 7 on the sheet.
Yours is 7. Is that because you've got an extra point put into hull, probably?
Maybe that may be why. In the previous sheet, maybe that's why it's done that.
Yeah, it should automatically fill in things like that. I don't think you need to enter them. Because like if you like pick different frames, it'll auto fill in some of the stats as well. So you probably don't need to fill in your Everest stats. It should do it. Hang on. Yeah, selecting a different frame will fill those in automatically.
So I just put the names for the traits in right for now.
Yeah, just put in the traits and the core system. If it doesn't do that,
Do they
already.
go? Does that go under passive, and then the power up goes under active?
Right, in a wee second, so I needed to do one.
Both of the traits will be active ones because you have to activate them, I think.
So we're supposed to fill anything in at the bottom down there?
Well, you'll do the weapon when you pick your loadout weapon. So you'll put in your systems if you have any systems. Your core system is hyperspec fuel injector.
So that'd be under the. Would that be under the mech traits under the core system active? The power up? The hyperspec fuel injector?
Yeah, that would be the active one because you have to trigger it. And then you just add in the other 2 traits, the regular traits. Although those 2 traits are passive ones, I suppose you could put them under there. Just whatever, I don't think it really matters too much.
Wait, what are you adding?
Okay, so you've got 2 traits, mech traits, and 1 core system.
Mm-hmm.
So under a core system, active is where you would put in your core system, which for you is a hyperspec fuel injector. And then you can add and modify, so you would add and then you'd write in your other traits.
With the passive?
No, not passive. You've only got
Alright.
like an active core system one. Because the core system is separate to the traits. I don't know why it's also got those in one section.
Alright, so it's just the power up one. I gotcha.
Because your other 2 are initiative and replaceable parts. I don't know why it auto fills in some of your mech stats with the frame, but not all of them.
Maybe whoever made it just didn't really feel like doing it with all of the.
Yeah, because the evasion is, your base evasion is 8 and it doesn't fill that in automatically.
Yeah.
I think I filled all the stat bits in.
Yeah. Core system one, I mean, I could put in the core system traits and the other traits if you want afterwards.
Yeah, probably he's doing that for me.
You only need to do it like once for each frame, and then you'll just be duplicating it anyway and writing in the individual kind of loadouts.
So you'll add in the core system passive and core system active stuff in.
Yeah, I'll put that in for if you want the traits. Because you've got your initiative, the hyperspec fuel injector, which is your core one. And then the repair parts one.
Right. Name the mech. Bone.
So there's armor, there's size. So armor just comes from the frame usually, and it's just a modifier to damage that it comes. Mounts are different mounts for holding different types of weapons. Larger mounts can hold multiples of smaller mounted weapons usually. Weapons have a size, they have a type, they have a damage type, there's kinetic and explosive and energy. There's also heat damage and burn damage. Your mech has system points, and you can use that to add extra systems to the mech. They're just like extra slot points for stuff. And as you level up, you'll have higher grit, and the grit will give you extra system points, which means you can have extra systems on your mech. And of course, systems just like a core ability it can trigger like once a battle.
This stuff we need to sort of pick the now, or is that stuff we get when we upgrade?
The grit and the system points will be when you upgrade, because you don't have any grit until you're at least level 1, and you're starting at level 0.
But does the mech start with the 6 system points? Or is it just the max system points?
It's still system points, yeah. Your grit gives you like extra ones.
So where would we find the systems to look through them?
If you go to the same PDF, the GMS equipment, and it's going to have all the systems and all the weapons that you can pick from.
So to pick a system, pick weapons just now.
Well, you can see how many system points each system uses up to put them in.
Oh yeah, it says that at the top under the name.
Yeah, and then the list of weapons, so it's got tags. It tells you the size and the type, and you need to make sure you've got the right mounts so that you can mount in the right slots. So the Everest has a main mount, a flex mount, and a heavy mount.
And we can fill up all 3.
Yeah, or any combination of them, because some weapons kind of overlap. The shit like that.
Oh, we gotta pick our weapon?
Yeah, you can pick your first loadout just now, so that when we come to play next week, these are ready to go.
And what is the
I don't think it has like descriptions for weapons, it just tells you the stats.
what's the flex mount? Does that just mean you can go either one?
It's under Create Mech. Okay, main mounts can take a main or auxiliary weapon, heavy mounts can take a heavy main or auxiliary mounts can take 2 auxiliary weapons, flexible mounts can take either 1 main weapon or up to 2 auxiliary weapons.
So ours are auxiliary mechs, so we can take up to 2 auxiliary weapons in.
Well, it depends which weapons you're picking from the GMS gear, because there's a bunch of stuff in there.
I like the one list of guns. I see the GMS flight systems.
Yeah, I would get the weapons first, because then you know if you're using any system points for weapons, and then based on how many system points you have left, you can then load up on systems. I think that would be the way to go.
So what if you wanted to charge a blade?
So that's a main mount. Melee weapon, I mean, yeah, you would just take that.
Where does it say how much the weapons take up as points?
I think it will tell you if it takes up system points.
None of them.
Yeah, because these are the base ones. I don't think the base ones will.
It just tells you if it's auxiliary, heavy, or main rifle, etc., or main weapons and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if your flex mount can take 2 auxiliaries or a main, so you can pick 2 weapons of the auxiliary size and put them onto your flex mount, for instance. If you're taking charge blade, that goes on your main mount, or you could put it on your flex mount.
I'm gonna take an anti-material rifle.
So the ox would be the flex one.
You could put 2 onto your flex one, yeah.
I'll take the charged blade as my main weapon.
You could also put a auxiliary weapon onto your heavy mount. If you weren't taking a heavy weapon. Bring this page up and this little thing was pasted in there so I'll take a look at it.
What's the little symbol with the circle and the line going through it? Is that the kinetic?
No, because on the damage one?
Yeah.
Yes, I think it is.
But it's a close combat, the wee circle with it sticking out.
I'll take a second. I don't know the stupid little symbols. I don't know why it can't just fucking tell you in text.
Because they try to be fancy to make people buy their books.
It's probably saving word count, to be honest.
Just look at the base of the weapons. Also, the line with the tiny dash in the middle is range. Circle means close combat. Circle with the cross is like explosion, as in wide range. That'd be like the mortars and all that.
I also like have no fucking vision, so it's hard for me to tell what they look like.
The double lines with a arrow on top, that's probably like a spray, because that's like thermal lance, I assume. So,
Oh god, I can't even zoom this in beyond 100% on Roll20.
Well, the little star I think is is explosive.
Yeah, like blast.
Yeah, so far it looks like we only
it's
have
circle
energy.
with the cross, I think, it's the explosion. The cross nodal. Oh, you talking
No,
about
'cause
damage? I'm talking about range. Sorry, I was looking at.
Oh, yeah. I think the little circle with the cross is the AoE. Because that's for the mortar and the missiles and stuff. That's how big the explosion is. Whereas I think the 2 lines going through each other is for spread, like how inaccurate it is, or something. I don't know. Or maybe that's close range and the long line is long range.
Range, threat, line, cone, blast,
I
burst.
was looking at it a minute ago, I can't find which fucking one it's on. Pile again, maybe?
Because there's one at the bottom that's like the thermal lance and the thermal pistol, which are just like 2 lines with an arrow at the end. Does that mean it has piercing?
They'll do
thing?
heat damage. I think they do like energy and heat.
What's a nexus? Is a nexus a drone?
Hunt killer? Yeah, I would think so.
Yeah, they don't really explain much in this, do they?
I don't think the core book that I'm looking at actually has more of an explanation either.
I think I remember I was looking into that. I think it's because the paid book has more of the explanations and everything.
That's the one I've got, it's a paid one.
Oh, I don't know then.
Mech skills, weapons, 33, let's see.
Well, damage is 5 types: kinetic, explosive, energy, heat, and burn.
Yes.
So kinetic, I presume, is. So kinetic will be like the rifle, so that's the circle with the cross over it.
What sheet's that one on, think? What section?
It's on your weapon, so when you fill in your weapon sheets, you've got a drop down box, and it says kinetic,
It
explosive.
tells you in the sheet, okay.
Tells you your drop down, but it doesn't have the symbols next to it, so
I've found it,
assuming
I've got it fucking here on the thing about. Yeah, kinetic is the slash through the circle, explosive is the star, and energy is the zap.
So line just means it hits everything in front of it until it hits.
Yeah, for
stops.
range, the line is just it goes in a straight line. The icon for heavy charge blade, that's because it's a melee weapon. And then for like a howitzer, where you've got the circle and the little targeting thing, I think that's just like the AoE for when it hits. So it'll go like a range of 20, and then where it hits, it does like an AoE of 2.
It's an auxiliary melee.
It'll be a melee weapon, but it'll be auxiliary mount.
Oh, okay.
Main assault rifle. That's an obvious one.
I don't know why they don't have the size and the type as just like separate columns. Again, it would be easier to read.
Who knows?
It's just to save space. It's just not the best design.
I'm just trying to set up my main weapon right now.
So we choose 4 weapons in total then. Auxiliary, main,
Well,
heavy,
it
super.
depends what type of mount the weapons require and how you've arranged them with your mounts.
Yeah, you could have two mains as your flex mount, or an extra main on your flex mount.
I mean, you could have 3 mains. You could have a main, 2 auxiliaries, and another auxiliary. You could have a heavy, your main, and then whatever the fuck you've put on the flex mount.
So I'm trying to fill out in the sheet, but it's only let me have 1 weapon.
You should be able to just add more.
If you scroll down, there'll be a little button that says add.
I don't see one for add for weapons.
It's below your weapon 1. There's a button on the left that says add, there's one on the right that says modify.
Oh, I see it's there, so I had to click done for the last bit to get it back up, that's why.
What about the
so-
cyclone pulse rifle?
So if we had just added it and clicked on the roll for the weapon, it would have just showed us which one is which, because the D20 has it on there.
What are you talking about?
It has the little symbols.
Oh,
for
I'm
your
in
main.
dark mode, I can't even read that. Because it's black. It's like completely useless for me.
What is loading? Does that mean I have to just take time to reload it?
Yeah, it's good reload time.
Alright, so I'm gonna go with the anti-material rifle, a assault rifle, and then both auxiliary spots are gonna be missile racks. Because you never know when you might need missiles.
So you do not have a melee weapon, correct?
I have a missile.
Yeah, it's not a melee weapon.
I mean, I guess I can go with a charge blade instead of an assault rifle, since I have the...
There's definitely no necessity to have a melee weapon. I was just like checking.
Well, hopefully, I'm just gonna be running away whenever
Yeah.
they get close. Just
Yeah,
'cause
I mean,
can...
if you're hiding and then launching from range, you should never need to get close to anything.
Otherwise, I would have tried getting the cyclone pulse rifle, but it's too big.
It's super heavy, yeah,
How's it too big?
because it's super heavy.
So we can't use it on this one.
Do not have a mount for super heavy.
Okay, I got you.
Can you fire more than one weapon at once?
I think you can only fire once per turn. So I think you get a movement, and then you can either have a long action or 2 short actions.
And what is reliable to?
Where are the tags? I'm assuming it's just less likely to break down. Structure, creation, stats and conditions. No, that's not it. Gear tags, let's see. Oh, okay, let's see. Super heavy weapons require a heavy mount and another mount. So you could take the super heavy one, but you'd be using 2 of your mounts up.
Nah, it's fine. The anti-material rifle has better range.
Nexus is reservoirs and projectors for swarms of self-propelled armed drones.
Okay, so if I had drones, I would want those.
See patterns. So we've got straight line, X spaces long. They have cone weapons. We have ones with a radius. And ones that are like a self-radius, I guess, which are burst. Right, reliable. I'll just paste it into the chat.
So I've got the weapons right. So wait, 2 auxiliary, 1 main, and 1 heavy. Or if you take a super heavy, then you can't get your 2 auxiliaries.
Well, you've
or
got
something.
those 3 mounts, but like a flex mount can be a main or 2 auxiliaries. It's flexible. It can be either or. Your heavy mount can take a heavy, or a main, or an auxiliary, and your main can just take a main.
Right, so 1 main, auxiliary can be 2 different things, and heavy has to be heavy. Right.
Well, flex can be
Auxiliary
2
can be
different
a main, you
things.
said. AUX, is that the flex one?
That's
AUX
auxiliary.
is auxiliary.
Don't say flex in the drop down list. That's why it says auxiliary, main, heavy, and super many.
That's because flex can be either a main
Yeah,
or 2 auxiliaries.
The weapon isn't a flex. The mount on your frame is the flex. So the mount can either hold 2 auxiliaries or 1 main. So you wouldn't select flex as your weapons mount. Or the type, rather. I mean, it should give you the option for it, but it wouldn't.
Right, so main I've got is my assault rifle. Right, first auxiliary is a segment knife. Heavy I'm looking at just now, and then I'll look for my additional.
So that has overkill for segment knife. Overkill when rolling for damage with this weapon, any damage dice that lands on a 1 causes the attacker to take 1 heat damage, and are then re-rolled.
Can you look up the tags loading and ordnance?
Yeah. Loading. This weapon must be reloaded after each use. Mechs can reload with stabilize and some systems. Stabilize is an action type.
And then what about ordnance?
Ordnance. This weapon can only be fired before the user moves or takes any other actions on their turn, except protocols. The user can still act and move normally after attacking. Additionally, because of the size, this weapon can't be used against targets in engagement with the user's mech and cannot be used to overwatch. So if you're engaged hand-to-hand radius next to another opponent, you can't use it against them because you're too close.
But I can still use the steady aim from the crack shot.
I guess. It doesn't say anything about that. But you gotta shoot it before you move. You can't move and then shoot it.
Yeah.
So
Well,
that's
that's
a
fine.
good chart.
This is the with the other one. Apparently, I can't move until I shoot it with the steady aim thing from the talon.
What are you trying to ask, Prom?
I got the charge blade and the pulse rifle.
So charge blade, mainly armor piercing, just ignores armor. And what was it on pulse rifle?
Yeah, the cyclone pulse rifle. You need the heavy in the other slot.
Super heavy, yeah.
So I don't know if I have another slot for something else or if I'm full.
Okay, so you've got your main one, and then your super heavy is going to use up your heavy mount and your flex mount, so that would be you.
Okay.
So you're stabbing them and then just mega blasting them.
Making sure they're dead after.
Oh, that's a bit. Are you sure you want that? Because that's just like it's not even like a blast. It's just like a longer range shot thing. Or are you just going to blast them with that and then move up and slash them?
Yeah.
Okay. So loading again is after you shoot it, you have to use an action to reload it. Reliable 5.
Where do I put those in the tag?
So the cyclone one always does 5 damage, even if it misses its target, or rolls less than the damage it needs.
Oh, did you take the super heavy rifle?
Yeah.
So yeah, so you're always going to hit them for 5 damage with that. And it's accurate, which means you get an extra d6 to roll for shooting with it. So you're probably going to hit them for at least 5 damage with that before anything else happens. But you have to shoot it before you move. Oh, no, you don't. It's not ordnance actually.
No, it doesn't have ordnance.
Yeah, only the RPG howitzer and the ape and the anti-material rifle are ordnance.
Makes sense.
I think I might get the howitzer for the heavy weapon. Just have something.
Howitzer's good because you could hide behind a hill or a building or something and shoot over it. It's got inaccurate, so I think that's like a minus D6 to hit. But it doesn't blast.
Standard weapon. I've got my knife for my backup, and then I'm thinking something more long range, and then that's something at the howitzer.
Because the range is so like 20 is 20 tiles, right?
Yes, straight line of 20 tiles, and then 2 is going to be like 2 either side of the target where it hits as well.
Oh shit! I was too focused on weapons. I completely forgot about systems.
Yeah, so inaccurate is, like I said, disadvantage, so it's going to be minus D6. Arcing just lobs it over obstacles, like you'd imagine with a mortar. They still get cover, but you don't need direct line of sight to target them. Although if you haven't seen them yet, you probably need to scan first of all to know if they're actually there.
Or I can use my spotter ability.
If somebody else can see them, yeah, you would know where they are.
See the Nexus, the wee drone things, the Nexus one. See the light one. What's the light? What when it seems light? Is it just talking about just a smaller unit or something?
It's auxiliary. It's not main. I think that's the difference. And it does less damage.
Are those like drones that like attack or?
Yeah, it's a hunter-killer drone.
Okay.
What does it mean by the flight system increases your size at the end of your turn when you fly? Is that just because like you have giant robot wings that pop out and pop back in when you fly?
It increases your size when you fly. Oh, so your size when you're flying is like, if you're a size 1, you're the same height as a size 1 mech. So it's how high up you are. So if you're size 4, you're the height of a size 4.
Oh, okay.
It's how high up you are. So that determines if you can fly over objects of a certain height or see over objects of a certain height.
So the type 1, you can't fly that high, but you can still fly.
Mm-hmm. I think you can fly as high as your regular size. Let's see, for drones, they're smart, which means they have a self-guidance system. So the drone cannot be dodged. It has to be scrambled or jammed. So it uses the target's E-defense instead of the target's evasion when it's trying to hit them.
I think go for the Nexus Hunter Killers for my spare one. For my second sort of auxiliary / main thing.
Custom paint job.
Do I have to put an auxiliary one then for technical, or can I put it as a
You enter it as auxiliary, yes.
But I use the Hunter Killer one for it, or do I have to use the auxiliary based one?
Right. Which mount are you putting in?
It's the extra on the flex
Your
one.
flex mount. Well, then it has to be auxiliary, which means it can't be hunter killer. It has to be the light one.
Okay then. I'll use the light one then probably for that.
Well, yeah, if it's going into an auxiliary slot, it has to be the light one because you need a main one to fit the other one in.
My main one is my rifle, and I've got an auxiliary blade with the overkill. I've got my heavy thing with my howitzer, and yeah, I think it makes sense to have like a wee drone thing.
Yeah.
So I can play fetch with.
God damn it. Frisbee. It's just like a flying saucer that comes out.
Gotta catch it, gotta catch it, gotta catch it, gotta catch it. No, stop.
Hey, so reading through the systems, what does it mean when the NHP cascades?
Waterfalls.
When it cascades.
Yeah, it says the comp assistant unit is not a true NHP and thus cannot enter cascade.
Page 107, hang on. Cascades, except for some limited systems. Anytime a mech with the AI tag makes a structure damage or a overheating check, you roll a d20. On a 1, the NHP's casket has suffered a traumatic impact and enters cascade. So it's like meltdown.
Okay.
Yeah, so when an AI begins to cascade, they immediately take over the mech, and the mech becomes an NPC.
Oh, that's fun.
Again, they could have just called it malfunction or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the AIs in Cascade can be stabilized by a pilot who chooses to shut down the mech manually. And assuming you'd have to spend another turn like booting it up again.
Alright, so I think I'm gonna go with the pattern A smoke charges.
So you have 6 system points default, yeah?
Yeah. And then the stable structure and the rapid burst jump jet system.
6 points we get, you said, yeah?
6 system points for systems, yeah.
So when the smoke charges say limited 3, does that mean I can get that thing 3 times? Or
Up to 3 times, I guess, yeah.
does that mean I just have 3 charges?
No, you can buy the same system multiple times, so obviously the cap on that is 3 of them.
But then why do they all say that they're unique?
Well, let's look at the tags again. God damn it, where was the tags? 104. Deployable drone. Limited. Limited, this weapon or system can only be used X times before it requires a full repair. That's what it is.
Okay, so that just means it has 3 charges.
Yeah. And unique is the system cannot be duplicated. So you can only have 1 copy of it installed at a time. I believe full repair is a long action, so it would be like your full turn. I take it all the green ones are unique on this. Yeah.
You know, multiple uniques or only one unique?
Unique can only be taken once, but you can take multiples of the other ones.
But it seems like everything is unique anyway.
Not everything.
I don't see any of these systems on this list that are.
Turret attack? Or is that attack for the drone?
That's part for the turret drone.
I guess later on there's ones that you can take multiple times. There's probably like ones that have got limited uses that you can take multiple times or something later.
Maybe because the type of frame we're using or something, I don't know.
Yeah, and this is just like the base one.
I don't know. Should I take the jump jets or the actual flight system?
I'd say the actual flight system would be better.
Well, if you're flying, you're going to take size +1 heat when you fly. Which means if you keep taking heat, you're going to have to spend like an action at one point venting to cool yourself down. So I'm assuming you'll probably be able to move over things easier for a limited time, but then you're going to have to spend an action like cooling down.
Well, don't you take heat for boosting?
Yeah. But and you also take heat from different types of attack as well. Or if you're hacked or something like that.
I mean, it'll probably be helpful since I'm doing stealth and sniping and whatnot.
I mean, the jump set, you only fly when you boost. I mean, that saves you a little bit of heat. And I mean, are you really going to fly when you're not boosting?
Yeah, I'm just gonna be flying in the air and just sniping down at people while hiding in a cloud or something.
I mean, you're also more easily seen when you're flying. Personally, I was kind of want to burst jump, I think. Because then when you want to move fast, which is when you're boosting, you're flying, so you're ignoring the obstacles. I would think that's when it's most beneficial. But I mean, if you're wanting it for line of sight, then yeah, sure.
But then again, I don't even know if I can use the rifle when I'm flying since it has ordnance.
Well, at the start of turn, if you're already flying, you could use it, because you haven't moved yet. Unless it says you have to be on the ground, but I don't think it does.
Looking at this, basically, we only get to pick one of really the skills, and then the other ones are just the basic ones here: the pattern H vehicle deployment cover, pattern V hex, or that's it. No, you can't. They're all uniques as well. Those.
What are you talking about?
So everyone only had to pick one, but if it's like one unique, but every one of them says.
No, it's you can only have one of that. So you can only have one EVA model or one smoke charges.
Yeah, you can't take multiple of the same one.
Alright, I see, right.
As for the core bonus, I don't think you can take a core bonus until you're at level 3.
Yeah, when you have more grit and stuff.
Yeah, you get like a core bonus point when you get to level 3, I think.
Are you gonna be? Would you be able to copy and paste the smoke charge text?
I think for the mech system,
You've got the
just
core
put the
rulebook,
name.
have you not got it in there? I can copy and paste for you if you want.
Can I copy from the
The sections I put out you won't be able to copy from, but the core rulebook you should be able to copy from.
120?
It's because I used the fucking Microsoft PDF thing. It doesn't let you fucking copy and paste from
Oh.
that.
Oh no, yeah, you're right. I can just copy from this.
Yeah. I should really use my other one, not the Microsoft one. You see why I wanted to get the loadouts done this week?
Yeah. Says I'm putting one of mine as personalization, which is basically gain 2 HP. But obviously, what you got with it? It says something here about the GM can also change things, because I was thinking mine obviously being like a dog type character, my mech is sort of dog like in a sense.
Right, so you gain 2 HP, and in consultation with the GM you may establish a minor modification you've made to your mech. This mod may have no mechanical benefit beyond additional HP it grants, but you could provide other useful effects.
So basically what I'm thinking for mine is basically it's bipedal, not bipedal, it can go from 4 legs to 2 legs quickly.
Yeah, quad to buy, yeah.
So it gives me sort of a lower down target in a sense.
A lower profile. So that would give you an extra +1 for a check. Which check would it be?
It would be if I'm in that mode, so that mode is probably more for if I'm movement. So if I'm like running between targets and stuff,
Right.
probably that mode, or running long distance in a sense.
Let me
So when I'm
check
shooting,
the
obviously I'll be in
action list.
bipedal mode.
See what action it would give you for.
Let's take turret drones, the Type 3 projected shield, the EVA module, and the manipulators.
How many SP did we get in? 6, was it?
6, yeah. I mean, I guess we could gives you an extra dice when you're going hiding. I don't think that's a check though. I don't think there's a check for hiding. Maybe the check for when they're like spotting you, targeting you. Or maybe evasion. If you're in like the lower mode, because you can move more, you got more mobility. We'll figure something out.
What about speed?
I don't think you can roll for speed. You just move your speed, and then if you choose to boost, you move your speed again. I don't think there's a check associated with it.
Or do you just have like 2 extra spaces, or like extra spaces you could move when you're on all
Give
fours?
Give him extra speed instead of the extra dice to an evasion roll.
Yeah.
Not if we're sticking by the words of the rule. I guess if you're doing like an agility check that's not dexterity, it would give you the d6. But also, I mean, this might never come up in the game anyway, I think, so we can kind of decide then.
I put a wee note on it anyway, just +2
Yeah,
HP.
just write down it as like putting it all fours, you know, quad. It might even be a check for if you're going over difficult terrain, it's easier if you're on all fours or something like that. Or if someone rams you and you're trying not to get knocked over, it would make you more stable, that would apply. Something like that.
But EVA mode, because that's probably good for any sort of based environments we're going into.
If you're in lower zero gravity or underwater, yep. Yeah, because my thinking is you're going to be on the main planet. You know, your whole company is going to be doing an assault on the planet to go against the rebels. So you're going to be doing different missions, different environments, different objectives in that sort of goal. When other things are also starting to happen, which is the story unfolding. Okay, smoke charges.
So if we had, so the max SP, is there? How do we know what the max SP is? Is that based on our license level?
The max system point?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's derived from your pilot skill.
I've used custom paint job, I think that's a good one.
Level,
Oh, so you can just-
points.
Save it and say they scratch the paint.
I can't copy and paste all the stuff in, so I'll just leave you with that part,
If
unfortunately.
you put the title for it typed in so I know what it is, I've got to paste in there. I'll go over them all. System points, right. Have a set number of system points, SP can be spent, blah blah blah. And you cannot add systems to your mech that would exceed you, that cause you to exceed your SP. Your pilot's grit equal to half your license, which is your rank, is added to your total SP. And you gain an additional SP for every 2 points of systems you have as a skill. So, where you actually find out the max SP, I don't know.
It's on there right next to, right under the E defense.
Oh, is it
It's got
automatically
everything.
filled in?
Everything except for the base and the bonus. But it does take off.
So your
yours.
bonus would be from your grit, and your base would be the base that it comes with.
And since they're both at 0, there's no bonus right now.
Unless you put both of your points into systems.
No, I put both my points
Yeah,
into
makes sense.
agility.
Yeah.
I wanted to be able to go a little bit
Hopper
further.
bound, yep.
So you can put your SD points where else?
Like he's saying where it says your max SP. So your base is 6. Your bonus will probably automatically fill in if you have the systems points.
I know it has one that's great in that fills in automatically, but there's one that's not that I think you have to add together from your grit and level and stuff.
Yeah, the bonus.
Yeah.
If I give myself 4. Yeah, the grayed out one is automatically coming from your systems. Yeah, so your bonus must just be the grit. Which will probably automatically do. Let's see if I fill this in here. Why is it not letting me put my grit in? Because it's just going to drive it automatically, right?
It might be based on what your level put out.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it doesn't automatically fill in that as a bonus though, which is making me
Oh.
wonder if it is. I think it would be. Yeah, that makes sense, right? It's a good sheet because it auto-fills in some things, but the fact that it doesn't fill in everything just makes it more confusing.
It's very confusing. I don't know if I filled this in right or not.
I'll check them over. It should be
I
fine.
copied everything off the board, and it doesn't look right. The equal signs are like filled up now with numbers. Something's weird.
Yeah, I'll look them over before next time anyway. Right, so we've got our mechs, our loadouts, our systems, we've done all our pilot stuff. What about your company name? Or do you want to wait until Tarlok's here before you decide on the company and the land's name?
What was your
Waiting.
Yeah, I'm fine with waiting.
Sure, okay, so we'll do it at the start next time because it's not super important anyway. I'll probably want to do like a banner for you and all that kind of thing. As well, if next time you can find like a picture of your mech or something similar to your mech to use so we can get a token made. If you can get that to me on Discord before next week so I can get the tokens made beforehand.
Oh, I think I've got things done anyway.
Did they save automatically? Oh,
It
no,
should,
it's-
yeah, you don't need to press save, it should just save every time you enter something.
Okay.
And if it doesn't prompt, you can just do it all again.
I'm just gonna open it really quick and alright, yeah,
it should be fine. The only time I find it is really fucky is because you can open it and then you can detach it from your browser, which I usually find easier to read it. But sometimes it gets fucky when it updates things then. Depending on your extensions and stuff like that. Yeah, so I think that's everything we need beforehand. You can obviously go back and tweak things before next week and we actually play if you change your mind about certain things.
I looked up sniper mech for a picture. It was just a giant sniper rifle with arms and legs.
Yeah. There's no picture in the book for the Everest frame. All the other frames have like a picture. So you can really just like pick whatever you want for it. Yeah, so I'll get Tarlok's one done. I'll look over your guys. I'll paste in the stuff that needs pasted in. And then next week we'll play an actual mission. I don't know how long a mission's going to take, so I might prepare. I think I'll always prepare an extra mission in case we get through one of them. But normally we're going to do like the briefing about roleplay. You'll do the mission, and then you'll describe what you're doing in your downtime, and then you can also like design a new loadout if you want for the next mission ahead of time, so that every week when we're starting we can just jump straight into like the action stuff. Or if you want to do your loadouts and stuff between sessions, you can do that as well. And like I said, we'll just duplicate the sheets so that you can keep the loadouts instead of having to change the same sheet all the time. Everyone good? Yeah?
Yep.
Yep, sounds fine.
Alright, cool. Okay, guys, I will get you next week. Any questions or anything, just hit me up in Discord.
I think I might have done something because I can't see my character sheet now. I copied something into the default token thing.
Yeah, it says yours has been deleted. I'm joking.
I don't know.
No, I can see it just fine.
Oh, I had to open it in the other thing, into the little tab by itself.
Yeah, it could be fucker.
Alright.
Alright, yeah, guys, I'll get you next time. Any questions, just let
Have
me
a
know
good night,
beforehand.
y'all.
All right, later.
So yes.